We're the only station committed to covering Colorado first. Bullying can be a problem at any school.
In Boulder Valley School District, we discovered students were being treated differently. Sarah Horbakowitz, your reporter in Boulder County, and Sarah, parents in your community reached out to you with concerns months ago.
And you've learned a lot since you started investigating.
Yeah, I mean, talking to each parent, you're learning a lot with each different story there. And so parents at Boulder Valley School District shared some concerns about bullying and racial disparities that they were seeing with their kids. So I started digging to check if what they were seeing was an isolated incident or something bigger. Soon, dozens of district parents were sharing their stories with me, alleging similar complaints. And it turns out state data backed up some of their concerns. When her daughter started coming home from school crying, Jamila Richmond became a very vocal parent in the Boulder Valley School District.
The bullying that she was experiencing was really traumatic, and it wasn't just the children, it was also adults who were participating in that.
It got so bad that last year, Richmond pulled her daughter out of 4th grade at Whittier International Elementary School.
There was an incident in which my daughter was waiting in line for lunch, and 4 kids cornered her up against the wall, and my daughter felt threatened. So she pushed one of the kids to get out of that situation. They sent her to the office by herself, as though she were the aggressor.
Richmond's daughter is black, and she says those 4 other students were white. At BVSD, our investigation found minority students were almost 3 times more likely to be disciplined for bullying than white students.
That creates an image of perhaps children, black children, Latino, Indigenous, looking as though they are the instigators in situations, when in actuality they're really just responding to aggression, harassment, and discrimination.
We spent hours analyzing spreadsheets of state data, each time seeing these same results, bringing them to the district superintendent, Dr. Rob Anderson.
Is this something you've been tracking?
We've been tracking this data for years, and on a monthly basis our team comes together to look at trends to decide if there are different practices that we need to be implementing, if there are different supports and resources. The analysis that you shared with me, I didn't see that till this morning.
But BVSD still admits who and how they discipline overall is something they're working on.
Do you think your efforts have been successful so far?
I think that we've been successful in a few things. Over the past 5 years have reduced suspensions of our Hispanic Latino students by 51%. We've reduced the amount of discipline. I don't know that the disproportionality has improved in the ways we would have hoped.
And the problem at BVSD may be one of the biggest in the state. When it comes to who gets in trouble for bullying, state data shows it has the largest gap between white and minority students compared to similarly sized districts.
What is your reaction to that?
That our data is more accurate, that we've created the systems and the trust within our community where folks will tell us when these things are happening, and they know that we'll follow through.
Anderson says that racial disproportionality is also reflected in academic performance. All trends the school says they meet about monthly when discussing all disciplinary reports and assessing their policies.
I do think that there's continued training that needs to happen for all of us in the school district, not just for kids, but for teachers and for administrators as well.
But parents like Richmond are still unsure.
I want to see the district actually do more than use its words. And for, again, children to be engaging in bullying, arguing, whatever it is, that's a completely different scenario than adults compounding that and piling on and assuming who's the culprit, who's the victim.
Around 50 parents, including many I met with, say they're now considering taking legal action in a civil rights suit against the district.
Those are certainly some really eye-opening numbers, and we'll continue to follow that. I know you'll stay on top of that for us if it does lead to legal action. Sarah, thank you.
Thank you.